Hi. Look at this cute outfit. Uh-oh, you can't even see it. Love my family. He's got his little hoodie. This is actually so cute. This is like a little set, and this pair of pants has like a little dinosaur. I don't know what those are called, like little spikes on the butt. Looking like a stud, huh? And we've had a lot of spit up, so we're wearing like these cute little bibs. Yeah. Look at this cute baby. He's like a little Santa bear. Oh, he's so cozy. We're gonna go take a walk and look at Christmas lights in the neighborhood. This is his first Christmas light outing. We're so cozy and we're so excited. Are you excited? Yay!
Alright, first one.
Do a little sample
salvaged.
one. Ken's making the classic Danish Christmas treat. You say it.
ACTIVEWEAR.
Yeah, and that's how you spell that. I don't think anyone would see this and pronounce it that way. But you have to use like a very specific pan. So we have this pan that literally gets used one time per year. Like, of course, I don't know why like Danish people would decide to make up a dessert that requires a specific...
Classic.
Just made it complicated for no reason. Oh, and he has his Wheel of Time shirt on.
Hey.
Shout out. This guy who turns 8 weeks old. Oh, your hat's coming off. Oh, what's the matter? He turns 8 weeks tomorrow. Did you roll over today? He rolled over from his belly to his back 2 times in a row. I got it on camera. So I have proof that you did it at only 8 weeks old. Not even. That's pretty impressive, Bear. However, he just blew out his diaper. So he's in fresh jammies. It's not funny. It's not funny. Oh. Oh. You enjoying your cards? Alright, you want to get up and hang out? Okay. Alright, Bear, it's time for the grand reveal. Alright, it's time to check them out. Yum. Look at these two cuties. Oh, he has a little Christmas shirt on, but you can't see it. So sleepy. I love this version of the print. A big thing's happening in the Anderson household right now. I have to give y'all like a full on update, but Cole just took his first like legitimate nap in like 3 weeks. Hi, mister. Hi, baby. Are you so confused? What just happened? Because you just took your full snap in like your whole life?
Oh, baby.
I know. Aww.
Hi, Stinky Butt.
Good job, baby bear.
Good morning.
That was almost 2 hours. That's 4 times your normal nap weight. Oh. Are you mad that we just tricked you into napping?
Yeah.
Aw, dang it, I didn't mean to do that. Oh. So I'll give a little update while Ken addresses him. I've definitely vlogged a ton about this, but it's been going on continuously for over 2 weeks now. Oh my gosh. Sleepy baby.
Are you moist?
No, we always feel like phantom moistness. Like we always think his PJs are wet, but either it's us, like our hands that are like moist or wet, or he's just like either cold or warm. We never get it right. You're probably gonna hear baby crying in the background. But as I mentioned in other vlogs, whenever he turned like 6 weeks, he like stopped sleeping, well, during the day. Oh, baby. He has a hard time waking up sometimes. He needs to wake up very slowly because he doesn't open his eyes. And once he opens his eyes and like sees us, he calms down immediately.
Where's the baby?
Like that, basically.
Alright, big butt. Alright.
So basically, when he hit like 6 weeks, he stopped taking naps. He stopped, well, I mean, he took naps, but they were only half an hour every time. And most of the time they were half an hour, like on the second, like down to the second. Oh.
Look at this drowsy baby.
Look at this sleepy baby.
Oh, can't even get my eyes open. That's exactly how I felt this morning.
Yeah. So we were struggling with that for like over a week. We were just having such a hard time figuring out what was wrong, why he stopped sleeping, because he was a great napper before that. He would nap for 2-3 hours. His nighttime sleep never really suffered. He's always been like a decent nighttime sleeper. However, he's a big baby and he just turned 8 weeks and he is 13 pounds 10 ounces. So he's like a good sized baby. He's honestly the size of a baby, like, you know, closer to like 3 months, even though he's just about to turn 2 months. And the most he would sleep at night would be like maybe 3 hours. I think he's hungry. So I'll pick up this clip while I'm nursing him. Okay, so now he's nursing and he's a much happier little bear. Basically, we were on the struggle bus, and for the first like week we were just kind of like super frustrated because we didn't understand what Flip had just switched, and we went from having a good napper to like a horrific napper. And he didn't really have he didn't really have any trouble going down for naps. Like he wasn't really like he wasn't fussy. That's the thing, he never ever fussed. I mean, most of his life he hasn't been a fussy baby, but it's not like anything was bothering him. It's not like even like, because obviously he was tired. Babies are supposed to sleep, you know, 14 to 17 hours, and he was only sleeping like maybe 12 cumulatively, and like most people sleep 12 hours just in the night alone. But it didn't seem to affect him, like at least, you know, visibly. Like he wasn't fussy, he wasn't anything like that. So it's not like we were struggling in that regard. It wasn't like he was suddenly just like hard to deal with, but he would just fight his sleep. Like we would try to put him down every hour, hour and a half. And the problem with that is that instead of doing like a 3-hour, you know, cycle where they are awake for like an hour and a half and then they sleep for an hour and a half, our cycles were so much shorter. And he, like most babies, wants to eat when he wakes up. But the problem with that is that he would be awake for only like an hour, hour and a half, and then he would sleep for only half an hour. And so therefore his like routine cycles were only like 2 hours, but he still wanted to eat after he woke up after 2 hours, which is like, you know, a little bit too frequently. He was eating like more than like 12 times a day, which for his size is kind of overfeeding him. At our second lactation appointment, when he got weighed, it was determined like he was gaining weight at a little bit of like a high rate, like a very high rate, like too high of a rate. So our lactation consultant advised us to like try not to feed him sooner than every 2 hours, to try to like slow his weight gain like a little bit down. And that was just still kind of difficult because we are doing the like wake, eat, play, sleep kind of cycle, so that he's not so that he's not eating every time before he sleeps and like associating, you know, eating with sleeping and all that kind of stuff. Obviously he eats before he goes down for bedtime. Like I nurse him right before bed, but during the day we try to wake him up, feed him, have him play, and then go down for a nap, like the normal kind of routine that they recommend for babies. But it was getting hard to do that because he was sleeping for such short periods of time and his wake windows were so short. So basically we were just really struggling. We were having a hard time getting him to sleep for very long, more than half an hour, 40 minutes max. And then he was wanting to eat more often than he should, and it was just becoming a mess. And then sometimes we would put him down for a nap, and by the time he actually fell asleep it was like 7, so then he would start sleeping like too long because he would think it was like nighttime and bedtime, and we were just on a really weird cycle. Sorry for all these weird angles, he's all over the place. Are you not hungry? What's your deal, baby? Keep eating. Are you done? What are you doing? So we were dealing with that for like a week and just like really struggling, just being frustrated. You know, you can't do anything in half an hour. Like granted, there's 2 of us here, Ken works from home, so he's able to help me if I need to get something done or run errands or go to an appointment, get some work done or shower or whatever. Like he can help me. I'm not here by myself, which if I was and he was only sleeping half an hour at a time, I think that would have driven me even more crazy, because you can't really do anything in half an hour. I can't even do my hair and makeup in half an hour, you know what I mean? Like a half-hour break from taking care of a baby is not enough. And obviously during their naps is a really good time to get stuff done, film a video, edit, all that kind of stuff. And we were also just struggling with being worried about him. You know, he's not sleeping enough, not enough for a baby, not as much as he should. He spent most of his life just being overtired and overstimulated because he would stay awake too long. He would fight his sleep so hard. Like he'd fall asleep, and then the second you try to put him down or you breathe too loud, he would wake up. I think he's just kind of a light sleeper in general for the most part. We were just struggling adjusting from having a napper to not having a napper. And then also as new parents, just kind of feeling like so out of the loop of, are we doing something wrong? Is something wrong with him? Should we like call the doctor? Like what is going on? It was just kind of a lot. But then after like a week, it just started feeling normal. Like we were just like, either this is gonna be how he is and we have to work with it, or he's gonna just get over this phase at some point. But once it hit like 2 weeks, we were like, okay, so this is obviously not a growth spurt. And you know, I'm sorry, this is so close up. And we were just seeing no improvement. But we had a third lactation appointment yesterday, and our lactation consultant is amazing, but she also used to be a birth doula, so she just knows a lot about babies in general and, you know, the woman's body and just all that kind of stuff. I think more than your average just lactation consultant. So I mentioned the issue with his sleep and all that kind of stuff, and she's like, yeah, he should definitely be sleeping either through the night, or if not, like just waking you up once. Like he should be able to go pretty decent stretches at this size. So she did weigh him, and we, you know, checked how much he's eating per feed, and I had an oversupply for a very long time, and now that he's older and I'm, you know, 8 weeks into postpartum, my supply has definitely like leveled out a whole bunch. And now, you know, based on how fast he's eating, he's basically consuming the same amount of milk that he was before, but it's just taking a lot longer. Like before he would get about 4 ounces in like 15 minutes, and now he's getting about 4 ounces in like 25 minutes. So my supply has slowed down, or maybe he's kind of learned how to kind of pace the feed and the flow and all of that a little bit better. And I've pretty much always only fed him with one side at a time, again because of the oversupply situation. So now that we got more information about his weight gain, which also slowed down a lot. What are you doing? Oh. Are you done? Hi. Hi, handsome. Are you still hungry, or are you done? Oh my gosh, he's so funny. So the first time he had gained 27 ounces in 15 days. And this time around he gained 27 ounces again, but in like 24, 25 days. So he slowed his weight gain a lot, and he's basically gaining kind of like right on target, like at a normal rate, as opposed to like an alarmingly fast rate. So she said now that my supply has totally situated itself and he seems to be kind of like eating a normal amount and not overeating as much, she said I should start feeding him with both sides per feed, because essentially she thinks he could eat a little bit more during each feed, and that would allow him to sleep a little bit longer during the day and sleep a lot longer during the night. And honestly, that's what I was worried about. I was like, is he not eating enough? But I was just so scared to feed him too much. But now that we've realized he has kind of figured that out, I can now start feeding him from both sides. I literally started that yesterday, like letting him eat a little bit more. Hi. Are you all done? You're not sure? That's your hand. Don't eat your hand. Alright, had to switch him over. But essentially I started what she said yesterday and started feeding him from both sides during each feeding, and I did notice he was like, obviously sometimes he would refuse the second side, which is fine, but I did notice that he was for the most part taking both, and the duration of the feeds were a little bit longer. Plus that will help keep my supply up by offering both sides every single feeding, because she said just sticking to one like over a long term will potentially have your supply kind of decrease. We started doing what she suggested. He was honestly nursing for a long time, like over half an hour. So I'm assuming that he's eating a little bit more, like basically instead of getting just 4 ounces, she thinks offering both sides and kind of consolidating the number of feeds he's doing each day, he'll be able to eat less and sleep more because he'll be fuller and kind of like tanked up. So we tried that last night and a literal miracle happened. I started like every feed after she left. She was here at noon. So every feed the rest of the day I offered both sides. He was eating a little bit more. Sometimes he didn't want the other side, but for the most part he was taking both, and like I said, the duration was a little bit longer. And then we started doing dream feeds probably like a week ago, but before last night he would do 2 hours here, he would dream feed, and then he'd do another like maybe 3 hours, very rarely close to 4, but pretty much always 3. So we were getting up twice during the night, basically after 3 hours, and then like another 2.5 hours. And then after that second feed he would be waking up every like hour and a half for like another 2 times, and I wouldn't feed him every time, but I'd have to get up and like soothe him or whatever. And honestly sometimes he would wake up with just so much gas, like he would just be writhing around and just in clear discomfort, that we would have to really like kind of help him get the gas out and just soothe him. So we were waking up at least 2 times a night, sometimes a little bit more depending, but he would only eat 2 times a night. That was pretty consistent. And then the last night, and granted he's been on probiotics and obviously he's just getting older, so the gas situation is a lot better now. For the last like probably week he hasn't woken up from gas or discomfort that I've noticed. He seems to be like passing it on his own, and I can hear him tooting in the night. So I definitely think he has kind of got that a little more under control. I don't know if that's the probiotics or just him getting older and his like digestive system just maturing, but either way the gas situation is so much better. So he's just been kind of sleeping progressively better anyway, but then ever since we tried this increased feeding yesterday, he slept basically 7 hours straight. He slept from when I put him down at 7:30 all the way until 2:30 in the morning. Granted, like I said, I did do the dream feed at like 9:30, so he did eat during that 7-hour stretch, but he slept the whole time because he sleeps while he nurses. So he slept 7 hours straight, woke up at 2:30, I fed him again, and then he slept for another almost 5 hours. So he slept like 12 hours and I only had to get up and feed him once, which was amazing. So like it's literally like night and day. He slept for such a long stretch and then another long stretch, and we didn't even really have the like hour and a half wake ups. Granted, I did hear him kind of like wake up and cry out after the first really long stretch, like during the 5-hour stretch, but he, you know, I just said shh, like I didn't even get up. I just lay there and like shushed him, and he went back to sleep. Honestly, even after the first feed, like after the 7-hour stretch, I put him back down and his eyes like popped open, but I put him back down and he fell back asleep on his own. I went back to sleep while he was still awake, and he must have fell asleep by himself, obviously. So he's really good at self-soothing and putting himself to sleep. And then we got up again at 6:30. So we only got up at 2:30 and 6:30, which is amazing. And then I put him down for a nap this morning and he slept for like an hour and 45 minutes. He has not taken a nap longer than like 30-40 minutes in like over 2 weeks. So I cannot believe he slept for 12 hours with only like one wake up. I can't believe I only had to get up once last night, and I cannot believe he just slept for almost 2 hours in a nap, like during the day. So literally everything has changed in the last 24 hours since my lactation consultant gave us that advice. I mean, obviously it's only been a day, but I can't believe we just potentially solved all of our sleep problems with like one trick after like one day. It seems kind of amazing. Are you just crushing it, Mr. Bear? Are you doing so good with your sleep all of a sudden? Basically, he just finished. But moral of the story is, I think it's not only those two things though, because the other thing that I changed was burping him more often while I'm feeding him. I think sometimes he like ends his like nursing session a little early because he gets like a little bit like burpy or a little bit discomforted, and I would take that as him being done, but I think he would just want to burp, and then after I would burp him, I wouldn't give him like the opportunity to continue. I would just assume that was the end of it. I think I was not feeding him enough just because I wasn't like continuing to offer it during the same feeding, and obviously I wasn't doing both sides either way. And then last night also, what I did during the feeding is I got him up and I changed his diaper before I fed him during the one and only time we got up, because I think the last couple nights what the problem has been is thankfully his poop situation is a lot different too ever since being on the probiotics, but now he's like peeing a ton more because he's like pooping less. So his diapers just get kind of full of just a pee really quickly. But I was trying to limit how many diaper changes we did during the night just because it wakes him up and it just means we're up longer. And obviously, you know, babies that sleep through the whole entire night, they don't get a diaper change in the night. So I know it's like not a big deal if you don't do a diaper change in the night, but he was like peeing through his diapers like multiple nights in a row. So my lactation consultant also suggested, rather than like waiting for him to get annoyed by his diaper, just change his diaper at the beginning of hopefully like the only feed you do at night. So I did that last night after the really long like 7-hour stretch. I think the combination of burping him more, which means he's eating more, offering more during the feeds, and then changing the diaper during like the one and only feed in the night kind of allowed him to be comfortable enough to sleep for a long stretch and full enough to sleep for a long stretch. So I'm pretty excited already that we had a really great night and a really great nap this morning, like his first nap of the morning. Literally, like, we have a different baby in terms of sleep overnight. Anyway, I just wanted to film. I know this is probably a lot of clips and it's probably all over the place. I've changed position like 60 times with the camera, and I know it's just me talking to the camera, but I just wanted to put this out there in case any of y'all are having like similar sleep issues and maybe you haven't taken advantage of using lactation consultant, which I really recommend. I'm pretty sure, just like breast pumps, your insurance has to cover some degree of lactation consulting. And I know if you're on WIC, I'm pretty sure if you have a lactation consultant like in the area, that's also covered. Someone messaged me and told me that too, which is amazing. So I think regardless of if you're struggling or not, you should take advantage. Oh, are you okay? Are you okay, baby bear? He loves looking at himself. I really recommend, because we weren't really struggling with breastfeeding. I mean, I did have an oversupply, which is, you know, a little bit of a problem in and of itself, but for the most part, he started breastfeeding the very first day he was born, and we haven't really had any like serious problems. I mean, you don't really get a 13.5-pound baby at 8 weeks if you're having like a ton of problems nursing, so I'm really thankful for that. I still learned so much and got so much value out of using a lactation consultant. Like, she helped us so much with my oversupply and just like my comfort, gave us tips, it helped us with the diaper rash. She recommended the probiotic, which changed, you know, everything about how his digestion worked and his diaper rash and his gas, and so she was just invaluable to us, to be honest. And now the fact that she just like fixed our whole sleep problem is huge also. I literally cannot believe we ever considered not using one, because I think our lives would be a lot different if we didn't take advantage of those services. And like I said, our insurance completely covered it, and I'm pretty sure insurance like has to cover it, just like they have to give you a breast pump. So obviously look into that. I'm not 100% sure, but she did mention that like our insurance will just cover it as long as she says it's medically necessary. Our insurance will continue to pay for our appointments. So that's amazing. If y'all have not looked into that, please look into it. Even if you are having a great time nursing and you have no problems at all, just do it, because it's free and you pay for your insurance, so your insurance, you know, is covering it, and in a way you're kind of paying for it, so you might as well take advantage. And you will probably be surprised at what you learn and what actually can be improved for both you and your baby. We really recommend it, don't we? Don't we? We love her. I literally just emailed her this morning freaking out. Like, you are a lifesaver, you are a godsend, you are a miracle worker. She like saved the day, huh? And I also just wanted to kind of make this little clip to help you out in case you're having a similar problem. Maybe you can just try, like, if you're not using lactation consultant, or if you haven't heard of these tricks. This is just my experience, but it seemed to work for us, and obviously every mom and baby is completely different, so maybe it will work, maybe not. But I thought just mentioning like these couple little tips and tricks could be worth sharing, just in case you're having a similar problem and you need a couple things to try to see if they'll work. Definitely give them a try. Like, it definitely doesn't hurt, and it's been a huge game changer for me and this little boy, and for dad and for everyone in this house in terms of sleeping and getting things done and all of that. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. I know these clips have been very rambly and all over the place, but I wanted to give an update on the sleep. But for the most part, I swear he is the easiest baby of all time. He doesn't fuss. He's a great eater. He is so chill. He's so patient. He's so fun. He smiles. He actually rolled over. I'll insert that clip here. He rolled over for the first time on the day he turned 8 weeks, which is amazing. I feel like he's definitely a little bit more physically advanced, just because he's so big. He holds his head up like incredibly high, and for extremely long periods of time during tummy time, like he gets his entire chest and like half his stomach. He has such a great head control and strength when we carry him. Like, his head doesn't really flop around anymore. He is so strong. You a strong baby. So he's very strong. I cannot believe he's rolling over already. That's like a month early, I feel like. I mean, I know obviously, again, all babies do things at all different ages. He's great at independent play. He will lay and play on his own for like 20 minutes. He's just a really chill, happy baby. He is so smiley and giggly. He will just be like in such a good mood for like long stretches where he will just not stop smiling for like 5 minutes straight. Literally melts me into a puddle. He is just the best baby. Besides like the diaper rash, which is not his fault obviously, but it was just like a huge thing for us to deal with and try to fix. And then the sleep, which again is not his fault, but other than those two things, he's been like a dream angel of a child. I feel like we're just so lucky and so blessed, and now that he's potentially back to sleeping well, we will literally have the perfect baby. We're lucky. I kind of feel like we're getting spoiled, and if our next baby, God willing that we have another baby, is, you know, a normal baby and maybe not quite so perfect, I feel like we're gonna be in for a rude awakening, because we just got kind of spoiled and lucky with this guy. So I feel like if anything goes differently with another baby, we're gonna be like, our heads are gonna be spinning, because we got really used to having like a very easy, sweet, very chill little guy. Anyway, that's what's going on. That's an update. There are some tips and tricks for you guys. Definitely let me know if you've had a similar experience, or any of these tricks like worked for you, or if you tried other things. And I would love to just chat about our different mom experiences, and maybe if other people are struggling, they can check out the comments and see some other suggestions. And you know, all the moms, supporting all the moms, I think that's super important, because it's a tough thing, whether you're a first-time mom or like a fifth-time mom. I feel like there's always different struggles, and my sister-in-law just had her 5th baby, and she's having like a whole new set of troubles. I think we can all definitely be there as a resource to help and support each other. So anyway, are you still sleepy? We're gonna go downstairs. I need to have some lunch. You just got your lunch. Now mommy needs to have some lunch. Would that be okay? And then we'll hopefully get him down for another amazing nap. Maybe I'll update the vlog if he does happen to like continue this streak today. I will be literally freaking out. I cannot believe we might have fixed it. I also just want to quickly shout out this little sleep suit, which y'all saw when we first came in here, when he was first waking up. This is what he was wearing. This wasn't like sent to me or anything. I bought this off of Target. I will link it for you guys. I think it's on Amazon too. This has been kind of a game changer too, because he likes to be swaddled and he gets swaddled at night and he loves it. But for some reason, he doesn't really like being swaddled during the day. So actually my parents' neighbor told my mom about this, and then she told me about this. I had never heard about it, but it's on Target. They actually have like a sleep sack version and without like the sleeves and the legs. It's just a little sack. But this is basically like a whole little suit, and it's really like thickly padded. I think it's kind of essentially like a weighted sort of situation. But ever since we tried this during the day for naps, he goes down like the second we put him in this. Like we'll put him in this and we'll hold him for like 30 seconds and he is out, and he's been sleeping, you know, slightly better since we've been using it. I think this is incredible. It's definitely a little bit more on the pricey side, but obviously like you can't put a price on sleep. So I think it is so worth it. They have it in blue and pink as well as this like yellow color. I just got the yellow so it will be neutral. They only have the small size in the suit, I think, and then they have the sack for bigger babies. It is amazing. I seriously think it is so worth the investment, so worth trying. And bless you. I think he just likes like kind of the weightedness and the comfort of it, and it does provide a lot of warmth. So just kind of across the board, it's really soft too. Like really soft, and definitely like very padded. It's squishy. I honestly need one of these for myself. It's just a soft material on the outside, but it's also just like very warm and kind of squishy and soft on the inside too. So we have been so obsessed with it, and it's so easy to put on. What are you saying? What are you saying? And oh. So I'll link this for you guys too. That's like another trick. I think this is really worth trying. We're doing some independent play. He is still so obsessed with high contrast cards. Literally, he will lay here for such a long time and just like giggle at the cards. So we shove them around the top, on the sides, and he gets such a kick out of them. And he's so good with independent play. We're doing tummy time, and he has had his head up like this for like literally 3 minutes. You don't even need breaks anymore, do ya? Because you're just so strong. You don't even need to take a break.
Is that my little stud muffin? Who just snuck in here? Who is that?
Is that Dad?
Hi, Big Bear. How's it going?
He's literally had his head up the whole time, like he hasn't rested at all.
This is just so easy, huh?
This is just piece of cake.
Uh-huh.
This is just too easy. You guys, I thought this was supposed to be hard. It's not hard. Oh. Oh. Oh, who are you looking at? What are we looking at? Do you want to see yourself, Bear? Check it out. Look
how good you look.
Baby Bear.
Yeah. Handsome boy.
Oh, are we gonna roll? Are we gonna roll? Oh, now we're getting a little tired. Use your arms. Oh, are we gonna roll?
The roll's coming. He's like, I'm done with this.
But he's only ever rolled
You're gonna roll
left.
the other way?
He's gonna roll the other way. That's a big deal.
He's kind of trying to roll the other way, but his arm.
He's never rolled this way before. He's only
his
ever
arm's
rolled
blocking. Yeah.
You gotta get his arm around Big Bear. There you go.
Yes, how are things going?
There you go.
Strong Bear.
Oh, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. If you just threw your head to the... Oh, here we go.
Whip it, Bear.
Oh, he's pushing on purpose. There you go. Come on, just whip that head around. Go Bear. Go Bear.
You can do it. You can do it. Let's see if I can get it on camera.
He's just checking to see there's nothing he's gonna roll into. Oh.
Oh, Bear, come on.
You almost got it.
Oh, I see the feet coming up.
Oh my God. Oh, go. Go. He's trying so hard. Oh.
Oh, come on, baby. You can do
got it, buddy.
You're almost there. You're almost there.
Come on, buddy.
But we do have those.
You're working so hard at it. Go. Come
on, baby. He's gonna start getting mad.
I know.
You got it. Use your arm. Come on. You can't just only rely on your big head.
He's got this in a glove. There you go.
Your father asked if I could cover him.
There you go. Now you got your full hands.
Really?
That's quite impossible.
All right, you got to reposition. He's going for it again.
Are we going for it?
Oh, come on.
He's getting like so crooked now.
Oh, I know, you're getting frustrated, buddy. There you go. Oh my God, you gotta get this leg in. You gotta get this leg in.
Now he's literally perpendicular the way he used to be.
All right, you're on a hill now. It's a little easier.
Oh, so close, so close. Wah. Can we do it? Can we do it?
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
You're so
push,
close.
push with this arm
You're
too.
so close.
Push off with that arm.
Oh, you're so.
Oh, tuck the shoulder.
You have gravity working in your favor, Bear.
I know. Come on, you can tuck the shoulder.
Or just whoop your big head.
Come on, up. Bob.
Yay!
Great guys.
I think we shouldn't have screamed like that.
Great
You
job,
did
buddy.
it, baby bear.
You did it.
Good job, honey. Yay! Nap number 2 is going pretty well so far. Do y'all see how he just like asses out in that sleep suit? He's so cozy.